Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. Today we are going to be doing episode 5 of I Build Your Teams, the series where I look at your teams and I basically let you know how I would change those teams to make them the most competitive that they can possibly be based on your play style, the gen that you play on, and how much MT you have. So if you enjoy this video, please make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. We're getting really close to 900 subscribers, and I would really appreciate if you could hit that subscribe button and help me get there and eventually to the main goal that I have of 1,000 as of right now. It would be much appreciated, and it is free to unsubscribe, or it's free to subscribe, and you can't unsubscribe at any time if you change your mind. All right, let's hop right into it. First team today, we got my boy Kieran's team. He says he has 100 KMT about. And I'm looking at this team, and immediately there are some holes and some things that I would definitely change. So we got Lonzo Ball, Ray Allen. I think that's fine. I would sell this Paul George. I'm not even sure how much he's going for, but I would definitely sell him. That's like the first thing I would probably do. Wes Unseld is fine. Karl Anthony Towns is fine. Donovan Mitchell is okay. I don't want to play D'Angelo Russell at the 2. I would take him out of the lineup. I would move Klay Thompson to your backup 2. Sidney Wicks to your backup 4. Clyde Drexler can be your backup 3, or vice versa. You can put Clyde at the 2, Klay at the 3, and that'll work. And then you have Wicks at the 4. Make sure your Wicks has range extender and the other shooting badges he needs if you're going to run him. And then I would sell this Anthony Simons, and I don't think Wayne Embry or Kevin Love are really good enough to play at backup center. So at that point, after you do that, you probably have something closer to 150 or 175 KMT, and you need a small forward and a backup center if you make those changes that I recommend. So for your small forward position, the first card I'd recommend you get is Andrew Wiggins. I think he's the best of the budget small forwards in the game, in my personal opinion. I really like that card. And obviously, if you get in the glitch market, I would recommend buying that card. Like if you could somehow get to OG Anunoby or Miles Turner, I think those cards would upgrade your team a lot. Even Frank Ntilikina could replace Donovan Mitchell. So if you get into the glitch market, I would recommend buying whoever that card is to put them on your team. But if you're unable to do that for the time being, I would put Andrew Wiggins as your small forward, and then I would buy Pink Diamond Domantas Sabonis as a backup center, and then you would still have something I would assume close to 100,000 MT with a better team than you already have, and you could save that MT to try to build up your TMT more and wait for better budget players to come out with a better team that's going to be more competitive and unlimited in online gameplay. So that's how I would upgrade that first team. The second team, who did this come from? Mutt Waffles, interesting name. He says he's got 1.2 million MT, and I'm looking at this team, and he's got a really nice framework to a budget team. I like that he has David Robinson. I like that he's polished his Paul George cards, one of the best cards in the game. He's got the good budget options, but immediately, I don't like Chris Paul. He's too small, in my opinion. As good as his stats are, as good as his badges are, even the fact that his release is on very quick, I still don't think he has a great release, and he's just so small. He's 6 foot. I think he's too small to really see the court because of how poor it's going to be, how much he's going to struggle on defense being that short. So for that reason, the first thing that I would look to do immediately is sell Chris Paul, and I would look to replace him, and I'd look to replace Ben Wallace, especially since you're playing on current gen. Ben Wallace cannot really shoot the ball very well. So yeah, that's what I would start with on this team. You do have 1.2 million, so what I would do is go out and get yourself a Luka Doncic. You can afford it, and then I would go get the best card in the game, in my opinion, which is Dark Matter Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So then you can pick up Kareem, play him as center, play D-Rob as your backup center, and then pick up a Luka. That'll probably cost you in total something around the lines of 800 to 850,000 MT. I'm not entirely sure how much Luka's going for right now, but that sounds about like what it would cost. You'd still have 350,000 MT, and you'd have a really good team. Like if you do make those 2 upgrades and sell this Chris Paul, like you'll probably still have close to 400,000 MT and a really good team. So yeah, that's how I would look to upgrade this squad personally. Hopping over to this next team, my boy Zenon. I hope I pronounced that right. I hope I didn't butcher that too bad. But he says he's got 150 KMT. He doesn't have a specific play style. He runs and sometimes 300s. He's on current gen. That's kind of how I play. I don't have a really specific play style. It all depends on how I'm playing per game, if I'm more rim running or 3 hunting. But he's got a really nice basis to his team, like really nice. I like that he has Kareem already, because Kareem's probably one of the best cards in the game. He's got this AK card. But everything else on his team isn't super auctionable at this point, because his team act is locked in for Magic, or for Have to check. He has Magic, he has Lonzo. And looking at this team, he doesn't have any huge holes in my opinion, but if I was going to look to upgrade something, what I would be looking to upgrade is probably this backup point guard position at this point. I would look to potentially sell Lonzo Ball, and I would probably, if I was going to get a point guard, I would probably wait to sell Lonzo Ball. Stack up your MT a little bit more, keep your team the same, and then buy yourself a Luka if we don't get another point guard next week. But I would try to stack up more MT. Because I think that's the biggest weakness on your team, but I really think this team can't compete without any upgrades right now. So, in my opinion, that's what I would look to do, is save your MT, and then if we don't get a better point guard next week, pick up a Luka Doncic. This next team comes in from my boy Demarco. He says he's got 540k, wants to get AK, 5-out rim run with point guard or pass shoot. Yeah, to replace someone to be old. And he says on next gen. So, with that in mind, he says he's looking to get AK. Well, I think we can make AK work, and I think we can replace Ol as well. So, I like your starting lineup. I don't think you really need to change anything, in all honesty, in your starting lineup. I know this is not what you probably want to hear, because you're not really, if you had to replace him with Ol, well, replace Nikola Jokic as well. Sell this Jokic card, move Dirk. Oopsie, my bad. Sell this Jokic card, move Dirk to your 5. Move Larry Bird to your backup 4. Pick up AK to run your backup 3. And then replace Donald with Luka. Those are the simple upgrades. Sell Jokic, Dirk to the 5, Larry to the 4, pick up AK at the 3, or play AK at the 4, Larry at the 3, either one, and then go pick up a Luka. And I would sell this Bonga as well. You don't really need 13 players. These last 3 are not necessary. I know these 2 cards aren't auctionable, but this Bonga card is. So just make your MT that you can off of that card and go pick yourself up a Luka. So that's where I would be looking to upgrade on this team. I think you'll have enough MT to do that, especially if you do sell Jokic. All right, this is coming from my guy Ryan, fellow THC crew. Remember, this one of my buddies, but he doesn't really play the game admittedly that much. And after he showed me this team, he pulled Dark Matter T-Mac last night, so he's gonna have something closer to probably 800, 900k MT. So looking at this team, it needs work. He does not really play this game very much. But I will say he has a couple of players that I think are all right and that can stay in the team. Otherwise, I would be looking to pretty much overhaul everything. Like Byron Beck needs to go. Yao needs to go. Robert Williams needs to go. Jason Richardson needs to go. Bob Cousy needs to go. Everything else can maybe stay-ish. Although I wouldn't, I'd replace Reddish as well. So what I would be looking to do immediately with this is move Fournier to your backup shooting guard. Pick up Andrew Wiggins to start shooting guard for you. Pick up a Malik Sealy to play your backup small forward instead of Jason Richardson. Sell him. Sell Yao Ming. You don't want to sell Shaq. That's fine. Go pick up like a Larry Bird to play power forward for you, and then your backup power forward is Draymond Green to replace these 2 power forwards, and then a backup center. Go pick up a Karl Anthony Towns. And then move Chris Paul to your backup point guard and pick up Luka Doncic. And then you could sell Chris Paul and buy Magic as well. So you could have Luka and Magic as your point guards, which are really, in my opinion, the 2 best point guards in the game. So that is a lot of upgrades. But I think that would make your team Luka, Andrew Wiggins, Terry, Larry Bird, Shaq, and then Magic, Evan Fournier, Malik Sealy, Draymond Green, and Cat. That's who I said at the backup center. So those are the upgrades that I would be looking to make for this team. I think you'll have plenty of MT to do that, and I think you would have a much better team, my boy. So that's where I would go with this team specifically. This next team comes from my boy Peyton, who's definitely taking this picture with an Android, but that is okay because I can still make it work. He says he's got 220k. He basically tries to shoot a lot of threes and play on the PS5 on next gen. Very nice. And looking at this team immediately, he's got some decent players, and I think he's got some other players who I think are a bit outdated at this point. I think he needs to upgrade his point guard position is one thing, and I think his power forward position needs to be reworked as well. So what I would be looking to do with this team, I think your 1 through 3 is fine. Your 5 is fine. Move this Sabonis to your backup center. Then your center position is good. At power forward, go pick up an Andrew Wiggins, or not an Andrew Wiggins, I'm sorry. Go pick up a Draymond Green and play Draymond as your starting power forward. And then the only 2 other holes on your team really are backup small forward, backup power forward, and then I guess point guard as well. So at that point, I would sell this Michael Porter. I would sell this Isaac Bonga. Pick up yourself up a Diamond Clay, play him at the backup 2, or Lionel Simmons, play Lionel Simmons at the backup 2, Malik Sealy at the 3. That's what I would do, Simmons over Clay. Then go pick up a badged out Lonzo Ball. You could probably get one for 70K or so. So at that point, you'll probably have spent, what, 100K, a little bit more. Like if 100K or a little bit more. So you'll still have another 100K-ish left for that backup power forward position. And at that point, there's not a really great budget power forward that I feel like jumps off the page at me at this point, but I would recommend maybe grinding for Mel Daniels, the Domination Award this season, or you could go after a guy like Larry Bird if you want to spend all your MT. You still might not have enough though, so you might have to save a little bit of MT. Something like that though. Maybe go for Julius Randle and triple threat. Something along those lines I think would help your team a lot. So that's kind of where I would look to upgrade on this team. Next team, we got my boy Hutch. He's on current gen, 350 KMT, 5 outs and 3 hunts. He runs a 2-3 unless zone is being broken. Looking to upgrade from Ol. I think that's smart. I think there are a couple other places I would look to upgrade on this team as well. I think your centers are fine. Your point guard's fine. Draymond and Clay, if you want to run them together, you get that duo. That's cool. So we can leave that. I like Drexler. I like Sidney Wicks. I don't like your 3 and your 4, or your 3s anymore. I think Jameson and Marion are a bit outdated. I just can't stand Marion's jumper. And if you want to replace Ol as well, we could probably work that in there somehow as well. But the first upgrades I would be looking to make, Malik Sealy and Andrew Wiggins. You can start whoever you want, bench the other one. I think it's really simple. I still think those are the 2 best wings in the game for budget players. So that's probably where I would look to upgrade for those 2. And that will cost you probably 50K, if maybe a little bit more. You're still sitting around 300K. At that point, go pick yourself up a Magic Johnson to replace Donald. And then if you still have, I don't know, 200K, something like that, you want to upgrade Pau Gasol, you could probably go pick up a Dirk. Otherwise, I'd save the MT for next Friday's content. It's probably what I'd look to do. But I think that those moves are picking up Sealy and Wiggins, and then Magic as your backup point guard will help this team out a lot. And then just save the MT, probably, because I think Pau Gasol is passable. So I would just save the MT for next week. Final team that we have in today's video comes from my boy A-Dub. He says he's on Xbox, on current gen, plays 950 KMT. He has 950 KMT, sorry. 5 outs, ISO PNR, runs man, probably wants to upgrade to a better Steph Curry with more defense. That I will stop you right there. Don't upgrade Steph, unless you're a Steph Curry fan. If you're a Steph Curry fan, I guess go out and get Steph, but he's not very good, and it's just my opinion. I would not want to upgrade Steph Curry. Like, I would want to sell that card and replace him with a better point guard. But that being said, if that's what you want to do, it is okay. So, first of all, I think you got a couple holes in here. Steph's one of them. Andre Karolinko's one of them. Anton Jameson's one of them at this point in the game. So that being said, the first upgrade I'd probably look to make is replace Andre Karolinko with Andrew Wiggins. That won't cost you very much MT and all. You could probably sell back your Karolinko and actually make most of the MT that Simmons is going. Not Simmons, that Wiggins is going for at this point. Next upgrade I would make, I would sell Anton. Well, you can't sell Anton, but take Anton out of the lineup and replace him with Galaxy Opal AK. Even if you do that, you will still have something close, I would assume, to, if you do those 2 moves, around 700 KMT, something along those lines. At that point, if you don't want to replace Lonzo, that's cool. I would just move Lonzo to your backup point guard and then go get yourself a Luka Doncic. He's the best point guard in the game. I've been saying it over and over again. I know I've said it probably for a couple weeks now. That's one of the main upgrades that I've been making. But he really is the best point guard in the game. I still believe he's head and shoulders over everybody else. So replace Steph Curry with Luka Doncic and put Lonzo Ball as your backup point guard. I think if you make those upgrades, your team will be a lot better. Yeah, I think that's pretty much going to do it for this video. If y'all enjoyed, please make sure you hit that like button again, leave a comment, and subscribe. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, we'll be back with another NBA 2K21 video very, very soon. Appreciate y'all. Peace.